Hello friends, followers and channel members, welcome back to the channel in another video here in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 with the PMDG 777. In this short video tutorial, we're just going to be having a look at the energy management of the 777 when coming into land. Now, if you're used to flying a smaller jet like the A320 or even the Boeing 737, there are some differences between flying those lighter aircraft and, of course, this big heavy jet. There are a few tricks and tips that we can utilize in the aircraft to try and prevent the aircraft getting away from us when we're on our final approach. It's all too common to be left high and fast and then our approach won't be stabilized, and because this is such a big aircraft, it takes a while to slow this aircraft down compared to, as I say, a smaller 737 or A320. So let's jump into the cockpit and have a look at this easy guide to ensure that your approach is nice and stabilized and you're ready set for a nice easy landing. Alright, so we are headed towards London Heathrow now, close to our top of descent, and I'm going to prepare the box ready for our arrival onto runway 27 left. In order to help make things a little bit easier and increase our situational awareness, the first thing I'm going to do is go to our fixes page. Now, if you've seen my live streams with the Airbus A320, you'll see that we do something a little bit similar with regards to the fixes page, in that I'll normally put a 9-mile radius ring around the runway threshold, and that for me personally just means I know I need to be about 3,000 feet as I cross that ring, because then I'm on the perfect track to capture the glide slope at 3,000 feet and will be on a nice descent and stabilized for the approach. The thing with the Boeing aircraft is that there are a lot more flap settings, so a lot of airlines introduce things called flap rings as part of their standard operating procedure, and that's what we're going to do today. So we're going to enter London Heathrow Echo Golf Lima Lima here on the fixes page. Now, for some reason I can't put in 27 left as you would do in the Airbus, and that would be the runway threshold for 27 left, so we'll just leave it at the airport. And there we can see we've got Heathrow in there. It gives us a bearing and distance to it as well. And we're going to put in a ring radius at 15 miles, 10 miles, and 6 miles. So 15, 10, and 6. Okay, so then if we change this to plan mode, so we can see on our navigation display, there you can see centered around London Heathrow are those range rings 6, 10 and 15, and this is going to help us with regards to slowing the aircraft down, because the 777 has one of the most effective wings ever created. They are huge, but it means that it is a very slippery aircraft, so we're going to have to manage our energy and slow the aircraft down sooner than you would if you were flying something much smaller like the A320. So with the rings now clearly visible on your navigation display, this is where we can use them to control our energy management, and there are some key things that you want to try and aim for in the 777. As you can see from our route here coming in from the northwest, we're not actually going to cross the 50-mile marker, but this means that obviously you can use your common sense and think about your track mileage, so the 50-mile marker would effectively be somewhere around here. And the plan will be that as we get to 15 miles out, we want to start configuring the aircraft. So at 15 miles out, it's flaps 1, followed quickly by flaps 5, and then as the speed starts to drop below 230 knots, ideally what we want to do is cross the 10-mile marker with flaps 15 and no faster than 200 knots. By the time we get a little bit further in, then obviously speed will be dropping off, and no later than 6 miles, get the gear down and flaps 20. Below that, the speed will start to drop as you're on final approach, and of course then setting flaps 25 to 30. So hopefully those little markers there are useful for you in just noting what configuration you want the aircraft to be in, how far out from the airport. Because the problem with this aircraft, because it is such a big aircraft and it doesn't like to slow down that much, that if you leave things late, you're going to find yourselves in trouble. Getting the gear down at 4 miles, for example, well, that's probably going to lead to a mess. You might just be able to get away with that in a smaller aircraft, but not in this big bird. So there you go, just a quick and simple guide to be able to give you visual references and show you at what speed and flap configurations you need to be whereabouts on your approach. I do hope you have found the video useful, particularly if you are new to the 777 aircraft like me. Then if you have, please don't forget to leave a like button, and don't forget, if you're not yet a subscriber, please do hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications bell so you don't miss any future videos and of course our live streamed flights. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon. Bye bye for now.